Exclusively Trademark TV. Welcome to everybody on who's out there listening to my reviews. Right, here we go. Right, if you've got an 8.4-inch phone, right, and you suddenly go back to a 5.2, you ain't going to be doing that, are you? But if you've got a 12.9-inch iPad, yeah, and it's a cellular data one, and you roll it as a phone itself, right, you ain't suddenly going to go back, right, to an iPhone at 6.7, are you? You ain't going to do that. You really ain't going to do that. You ain't going backwards, and I mean that as well. If you've got this 8.4-inch smartphone, which I got, the Galaxy Tab S8 8.4, stands for reason what size screen it is, 8.4 inches. I ain't going back to, say, a 5-inch phone, or a 4.5 or a 4-inch phone. I ain't suddenly doing that, right? You suddenly go up, if you want to go right up, yeah, to a Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, which is 14.6 inches, and that'd be when they announced they got a 4G one coming, that'd be £1,800, depending what price it'd be and what region's gonna have the 1 terabyte. If it has a 1 terabyte in it, yeah, the largest one, the expandable memory, right? Then you really have got something there, and you ain't going to go back to a smaller form factor. You certainly ain't going to do that. If it roses the phone as well with 4G Wi-Fi SIM cards, where and it's got it's 5G compatible. You ain't going back to an ordinary smartphone, are you? An ordinary handheld phone smartphone. Your tablet's a phone as well. But it's 14.6 inches, so it's right up there. It's a giant, good lord, it'd be the biggest phone, it'd be a monster of a phone. It'd be a beast. It'd be the biggest phone on the planet, right? And this tablet, what I got, yeah, is the biggest phone in probably my company's history and can support, right? It's 8.4-inch smartphone. It's so big, yeah, it's intuitive just to see the screen in great detail. And the fingerprint reader is proxy. You cannot use the fingerprint reader on this. It doesn't seem to work properly, right? It's not responsive, right? I'm not being funny. Use patterns on these phones. Don't use the fingerprint reader on this phone, on this model, the 8.4 Tab S. Use the pattern. It works better, right? Because if you use the fingerprint reader, it's hard to get your finger to go down the screen. It's hard to do that, and I tried that 4 times, and I cannot do it. And I'm not trying it again. I'm not really doing that any time soon. I couldn't get the fingerprint reader to work. It was hard work. I tried 4 times, and it's completely rubbish. I won't say crap on my channel, but it was rubbish. I couldn't get the fingerprint reader to work. It would never get my finger to go when it feels like it. When it feels like it wants to open the phone, unlock the phone. It's not the fastest fingerprint reader on the planet. It's slow. It's about as slow as a snail. And I mean, it really is. It's hard work to get your finger to slide down the home button. The physical button like on that Galaxy Tab Active you saw on my channel. That had physical buttons, didn't it? This got a physical 1 button and 2 capacity buttons that light up. So you know when you go down the screen, it's not very good. It's not responsive. So it's not as intuitive as you would like it to be. You like the fingerprint reader to be spot on. So you click down, yeah, it goes click, and it opens the phone. It opens the tablet straight up, and you go to the main screen, and you think, well, that's better. It's fast. It's fast on responsive, and the battery's a bit dubious. But when you get it up to a full speed, yeah, the battery seems to go down a bit. It's not because the battery's sitting there and it goes down by itself. It's what you do on the tablet. It projects what you would call screen on time. What you would put on it. if you can get say 4 hours of screen time, or say you get 6 hours of screen time on this tablet in between charges, where you really have got a really good device. If it goes down in between 4 hours screen time, it starts losing its battery. Right, either you've overcharged it and the battery's losing its charge. Right, you might need to consider not charging it up so much. Pull back the charge it once. I don't need to charge this at once, probably once every so often. It seems to give it its full charge, and it works. It moves, and with the camera, it's got a flash as well on the back. It works with the camera, right? And it's got 2 speakers as well. 2 speakers. It's dual speakers as well. So it is a intuitive tablet as well. It's not the fastest RAM. It's got 3 gigs of RAM, which is not overly powerful, but that's good enough to multitask. If you're going between apps and you've got apps open in the background, you can always close off the apps in the background. I always recommend doing that. If you've got the apps open in the background and a 3 gig of RAM tablet, shut the apps off on the back. If you've got 1 gig of RAM, close all the apps off, because it could make the tablet choppy. Like choppy, it could be slow and a bit juddery in between apps. It seems to go in the app, yeah, and when it said it's downloaded, it's uploading. It's not going very well. It's uploading, and then next minute it pings off and back to the main screen. That means the app's crashed because you've got too many apps in the background. Shut all the apps off in the background. Close them all off. Don't leave them open. Close them off. Shut all the apps in the background down, and then the tablet will begin to work faster, begin to work smoothly. And it's got a phone call feature, so you can a dial pad, so you can dial numbers. Right? Some 4G tablets roll 2 SIM cards and a memory card. You'd love that, wouldn't you? You can have 2 SIM cards with 2 separate numbers from 2 different carriers, say Vodafone and say O2, and 120 gig cards in, and you really have got, and it's possibly for 7,050 mAh battery, and you really have got something right up there, like that Techlast tablet. 2 SIM cards in that, and 128 gig on board, and you think, well, this is more intuitive, more intuitive. It works. The form factor works. It seems to be a powerful tablet, right? Exclusively Trademark TV, signing off.